What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we're taking a look at the Bitcoin price on the higher time frames and zooming in on the lower time frames to take a look at that next high probability trading setup that I'm planning here for the week. We're also talking about the halving, the timing, the bottom, where could the price go in the next coming months to be ready, guys, for that accumulation. But most importantly, we're talking about those levels for my next trading opportunities, guys. And if you want to know that, make sure to destroy that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive in straight into it. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. Let's dive in here straight into the chart, guys, to take a look at the next trading opportunities. But first of all, we need to zoom out and understand which is the strongest resistance, strongest support levels on the higher time frame. No doubt that this $31,000 range was the strongest resistance neckline. We had an attempt in breaking out in April, another attempt here breaking in July, and failing miserably right now, as you can see, the last few days with this huge major drop of $5,000. Now, where did the price bounce? Well, obviously at the strongest support level that we've got for Bitcoin inside of this range, the $25,000 major neckline here, as you can see, that bounced as support once, and we are attempting to hit it here again. Now, is this going to break down? Well, potentially yes, in the next coming days, couple of weeks. We need to trade the ranges here to make those profits. We're doing day trading and scalping. And you want to know, okay, because as we're bouncing here as support, we need to understand that a relief rally, a higher relief rally, is very much a possibility. Don't be extremely bearish or extremely bullish. You need to take a look at both scenarios as a trader, and I'm going to explain my trading plan right away. And remember, if you are experienced and you want to do some crypto trading, my best platforms is Bybit. Here you get $30,000 worth of bonus if you wish to use one of the best crypto trading platforms. Also, Bitflex is one of my favorites, where you do not need to do KYC. You can sign up with an email and a password in less than 2 minutes. You also get a great bonus here. You have a full video tutorial also to how to use Bitflex down below in the description. So if we do zoom in here on the 1 hourly time frame, if you're not in a long position already from the $25,800 range, I'm already in that long position, guys. If you're not in this long position, it was a long that was provided in the Legends trading community, having great risk management. You might think, hey, why was this a long position? Bitcoin's going to drop to 12K. Basically, we are trading the ranges here, guys. Now let's just explain this nice bounce that we had at this level and understand here why this was a potential good long entry with very good risk management. Is the value area low from this trading range that we've had here for the last few days. Now, value area low getting that bounce, liquidity grab here, fake breakout here to the downside, where we did have that major reaction consolidation to take that decision to have very good risk management and enter a possible long trade. Not only that, of course, it is the 61865 Fibonacci from this pivot low to that pivot high, as you can see, holding very nicely with value area low as you're faking out here, swing failure pattern from these lows, getting that really nice bounce, getting some resistance at the point of control, managing to get above it today, Sunday. Now, if you're not already in that long position, this long position was also mentioned in the Legends trading community. We were talking about this major support level to enter with very good risk management. Of course, take it at your own risk, guys. As always, no financial advice, but very much mentioned that, hey, of course, this is a very nice long position as it is very strong support. Finally getting that bounce pumping here, almost $200 from the entry point. Now, what are we taking a look at right now? What are the strongest resistance zones? Well, obviously now getting above the point of control, the strongest resistance levels are 3 here. Let's talk about the first one. Now, as we're pumping here, I am not interested to enter a long position. I am very selective with my long entries. If I don't enter here and put my stop loss here, have very good risk management, I'm not going to enter here, because if stop loss down here, it's just not worth the risk for the amount of pumpy action that could be in the coming days. It might just reject here and then come straight back down. So I'm looking for shorts as we're pumping to resistance levels. Now, what are the strongest levels? Like I said, value area high of this trading range is around about $26,400, give or take a few dollars, but it's around about that level. We also have a daily level here at $26,422. It's a daily close and open from this range. We also have this consolidation right over here that has left us a high volume node. You could arguably discuss that that is a naked point of control. We got that spike here in volume, as you can see, which is exactly from this consolidation where we have the daily, the value area high. I am paying close attention here to see how we're going to hit this level. Will we blast through? Will we get rejected? Will we consolidate and then take that decision with good risk management to get into a short position to come all the way down to the value area low, but even an attempt on breaking that low to go to much lower levels, of course, testing this low and even coming close to the low from the major drop from the 17th of August. But of course, all of that is speculation. We react with the price action, okay, to take the long, take profits, protect position, okay? So I don't have a crystal ball. I react with very good risk management at some certain levels and maintain some of those trading, positions open. Now, of course, this long position that I'm currently at from this zone, this might come all the way up to $27,000. I don't know how much power there is going to be. And you might think, wow, you got in here and now you're taking profits here also. You're holding some of that position, 50%, 60%. Did I know that we're going to go all the way up here? No, but it all depends on the strength, the volume. If it does look quite bullish and we're not getting rejected, I will hold some of that position, of course, and take profits at higher levels. Looking for a short hedge position, like I said, the daily level, the value area high, that is a very interesting zone. We've got a naked point of control from this consolidation. If we do take a look at Fibonacci, pivot high, pivot low, we do have 618 and 65 Fibonacci zone, which is the most respectful Fibonacci level here. It is at the daily value area high zone as well. Guys, we know 61865 is very much respected. The long position that we talked about in the legends from this pivot low, pivot high, it's the 618. You might think, now we're going down, it's not going to get a bounce. Bounce happens at these levels. So a reaction from this zone is very much expected. If we do get that reaction, I will be looking for a possible short. If we are starting to blast through the level, we are above the daily, above the value area high, not getting any major consolidation, I'm not going to short this level. I would expect higher. If we reject from the zone and start getting this kind of price action, then obviously, yes, I will be looking for that short after seeing the rejection. So what is the major level next, Andy? What happens if we blast through from this resistance level? Because sometimes we're talking about a level for a short, but nothing really happens here and we just continue to the upside. Obviously, this peak over here, there is an attempt in failing to break out from this peak created on the 23rd of August. What if we do hit this level, okay, and reject from it? It is also a possibility. I will check the reaction here, see if we're going to wick above this level and get beneath, because this is a possibility of price action to get that deep corrective move from this zone. This is the $26,800 range. What happens if we blast through this level? Of course, no shorts will be taken here. I'll be looking for higher. What is the next high? The dead cat bounce high, obviously. Dead cat bounce highs are sometimes hit also, and as you hit it, you reject, and then you come back down to test the lows from the drop. I've seen it many times. It is definitely a possibility. So if we start pumping here like crazy, smashing through all of these resistance that we are interested in shorting, but we do not get a reaction, we do not get those rejections, and we start breaking through here and volume starts to pick up, well, obviously, we're looking for the highest level zone here, which is $27,000. This level is where I expect a possible rejection. If it rejects, if we do get that reaction, I am interested in looking for shorts, managing my risk very well, because this kind of short position, guys, you don't need to risk 50% of your account. Just by risking 2-3%, managing your risk very well, you can make 10% or even 15% if you get a good entry here from this position, and depending on the high where you place your stop loss, obviously you are looking for that great risk management, and this could come all the way down to the lows here again. So this is a really nice, interesting trade that I'm looking for here in the next coming days if the price were to go to 27K. Now, other case scenario, we're talking about rejection levels, reaction levels. Price could pump, and could pump. Very much acceptable scenario, as we are seeing this dead cat bounce then this corrective move, and a possible recovery here to form this ABC kind of structure, WXY if you wish, okay, in a corrective move to the upside, breaking 27k. Then what happens if 27k is broken? We haven't got much resistance till $28,000. We do have an order block right over there. As you can see, we do have this consolidation range round about $28,000. So are we going to go all the way up there? Well, let's not talk about too many resistance zones above us, because that would be a $2,000 pump from here. It might even reject from here and go to lower levels. So let's talk about the possible long scenarios. But I like this area. We have a naked point of control at that range here at $28,000. And if we do zoom out here on the higher time frames, from the start of the major drop here, that for me would be one entire wave, okay, from this pivot high to the pivot low, the 61865 Fibonacci is round about that $28,000, give or take a couple of $100 because of volatility, but the 6.5 is at 28k. Interesting zone. We have a naked point of control. I'm happy to see a reaction from that zone and take a decision with very good risk management. Obviously, all of this is levels that we need to pay attention as we hit them. If you're struggling, you want to join the Legends trading community, where I will be guiding on how I am going to get into these trades, how I am going to be defensive, guys. Here's where I post every single day to take a look at those scenarios and share how I am trading the market. Make sure to join in here, guys. It is down below in the description. You do have here the Legends trading community on Discord to join here for those daily updates on the price of Bitcoin, to take a look at my next highly profitable setup. So the levels are there, guys. Are you going to manage to know how to trade them? Can you manage your risk? Can you place those stop loss? Because I know a lot of people have DM'd me saying, you know, I'm entering into some trades, I'm underwater, I still have it open from a few weeks ago. There are people that are still holding trade long positions from this area of $30,000, $29,000 range. I'm like, wow, you know, there's no way I would be holding a long setup, okay, long trade from this range, because I know we could get that dead cat bounce and continue to the downside. Overall, you know, the projection is to continue down here in the next coming weeks, whether we do get that dead cat bounce or not. So those are the resistance levels. Of course, shorting right now where we at, I prefer shorting from higher levels, at least the $26,400 range. That is the strongest resistance zone that I see here on the chart. Depending on what kind of reaction is created here, we'll be looking for shorting positions. Now, it's very important to check volume, check the price action. If we are above the daily level, value area high, if we are above that level, it's a sign of strength. So we want to stay cautious and shorting a consolidation here if we are above resistance. So now what happens if, hey, none of these resistance zones are going to be hit? So if we start dropping down, what are the levels that I'm looking for a long position? It's extremely, extremely simple. If we do take a look at the fixed volume profile from this range again, well, of course, that value area low, will we manage to break successfully? I think that there's a high chance, as this is a dead cat bounce, that if we do dip below the value area low again, okay, in the next couple of days, obviously I would be expecting a major severe breakdown. However, there's a possibility it might hold again. This low over here, if we have their attempt and we fail to move down, getting above the value area low, guys, there is a high chance of another recovery, okay? But I would be very, very defensive, being very cautious with this low position, of course, because I'm very much aware that if it does successfully break down, well, obviously we'll be testing the low here from the 27th of August, which is at $25,300 range. Now, there's still a lot of liquidity lying, you know, in between 24,500 and 25,500. I would expect these lows to be taken, of course, whether we do get the bounce first or we actually start dropping here from this range. Those are the levels, guys. If we break through successfully, I would not be too interested in long positions. Only if we do get a clear wick down beneath this level and a recovery, I will be thinking about a long position with great risk management. But overall, we are fighting the trend here. So longs, we need to be defensive. And I think we can be very much aggressive with those shorting positions. Those are the levels, guys. Let's talk about this chart over here that we have been talking about, this scenario. Now, it seems like this guy here, CryptoCon, on Twitter has placed it really, really nicely, where you actually see the halving here in the vertical lines. You can see here the timing from peak to the bottom. And right now, this area, okay, before the halving, you know, we can see there's 7 months here from this consolidation sideways action here back in 2015 in November. Here just before the halving, we had 7 months of consolidation, and here also September 2019 we had a little bit of a downside. Also we had the C19 crash. Okay, so it's kind of sideways, a little bit of bearish momentum for several months just before the halving. We are just 7 months and 20 days approximately to the next halving. So are we going to see the same scenario? Something interesting is that 2015 was sideways, 2019 was downside. Will it be sideways? Will it be a very aggressive downside here for the next coming months before the halving? We do know that the halving is an incredible event that does confirm the bull market after this event, guys. It's very important that the halving is definitely going to have that long-term effect on the Bitcoin supply, and obviously the price is very likely going to get a rally after the halving. It's not going to be an instant rally. It's not going to be the next month. It takes round about 1 year or even 2 years potentially, as we are seeing more volume in Bitcoin, more liquidity. So it's probably going to take longer to scale up here. But as you can see from the halving, you have that massive bull market confirmation. Just something to remember, guys. I was aware of this in the previous cycle. A lot of people were bearish. A lot of people were saying that the world is doomed. C19, things are different. The cycles are different. And guess what? I was accumulating and made huge, massive gains because that bull market did happen finally. So it looks like that there is a high chance that this is going to be the same. Whether the price of Bitcoin does go to $12,000, $10,000, $5,000, that would be absolutely phenomenal, because I would definitely be buying some Bitcoin at those levels. And I know a lot of millionaires will be buying Bitcoin at those levels. So we probably might not ever see them again. $5,000 Bitcoin, that would be an absolute steal. So I'm happy to accumulate $25,000 at $20,000. $18,000 Bitcoin, that would be, absolutely incredible if we were to go all the way down there to scoop up some Bitcoin at those levels. So far, we are looking the previous cycles, and it does look like that, obviously that bearish momentum is very likely here for the coming months. But let's remember, April of 2024, we got the halving, and we are likely to see a bull market months after this event. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.